One bright morning, Tralalero Tralala and his father returned from the market. But suddenly, our house is on fire! It turned out that Bombardillo Crocodile and Bombombini Gusini, the evil ones, came and burned down the house. Tralalero Tralala was sad, but he didn't give up. Emanen, help! Choose your anomaly to help Tralalero Tralala. Chimpanzini Bananini, like this video. Lirili Larila, subscribe to this video. Burr Patapim, share this video. One bright morning. In the previous video, Bombardillo Crocodile and Bombombini Gusini managed to burn down Tralalero Tralala's house. But now, Bombardillo has a new evil plan. He wants to bombard Grandpa Tralalero Tralala's house. Luckily, the Tralalero Tralala squad arrived just in time, along with Lirili Larila, Berber Patapim, and Chimpanzini Bananini. But Bombardillo Crocodile's army is bigger. Choose your anomaly now to power up the Tralalero Tralala squad. Tung Tung Sahur, like this video. Tripi Tropi Tropa Tripa, subscribe now. Cappuccino Assassino, share with your friends now. In the previous video, after Tralalero Tralala asked for help from his three friends to fight the armies of Bombardino Crocodile and Bombombini Gusini, the battle began. Burr Patapim stomped on the Bombombini troops with his giant feet. Lirili Larila threw flying soldiers using her elephant trunk. Chimpanzini Bananini hurled bananas at the Bombombini army. Tralalero Tralala unleashed his special move, Dwar, but they started to get tired. Suddenly, help arrived from Tralalero Tralala's friend, Tung Tung Sahur, Tripi Tropi Tropa Tripa, Cappuccino Assassino. They wiped out all the Bombardino Crocodile and Bombombini Gusini forces. The enemy retreated. But Grandpa Tralalero Tralala's house was on fire. Choose your anomaly to help put out the flames. Ambalabu Doll. Like this video. Bobrito Bandito. Subscribe to this video. Frigo. Camelo. Share this video. After a great battle against the Bombardino and Bombombini army, Tralalero and his friends successfully drove all the enemies away. But suddenly, Tralalero's grandfather's house caught on fire. Luckily, 3 of Tralalero's loyal friends arrived just in time. Frigo Camelo put out the fire, Burrito Bandito repaired the house, and Ambalabu the doll cleaned up the remains of the battle. After everything was fixed, they threw a joyful party. Tralalero was so happy. But by evening, Tralalero had to say goodbye. He and all his friends set off through the forest, a place called Mimimi Forest, a place full of danger. And just as expected, a giant level 1000 anomaly suddenly appeared. The mysterious creature struck Tralalero and all his friends, blasting them apart and scattering them in all directions. Tralalero was thrown deep into a horrifying forest. Now it's your turn. Choose your anomaly to protect Tralalero. Tung Tung Sahur. Like this video. Cappuccino Assassino. Subscribe now. Burr Patapim. Share this video. In the previous video, Tralalero and his friends were thrown by a level 1000 giant. Tralalero woke up alone in a dark and scary forest. But luckily, Tung Tung Sahur, Cappuccino Assassino, and Burr Patapim also fell in the same place. Suddenly, from behind the trees, hundreds of goblins appeared. Blin, 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 goblin! The battle began. Tralalero's team defeated all the goblins, and they were ready to level up, but before they could, boom! The ground shook. Blin, blin, blin. The Goblin King appeared, a level 19 giant monster. Come on, help power up your anomaly. Tralalero and Tung Tung are level 20. Like and share this video. Cappuccino Assassino and Berber Patapim are level 20. Subscribe now. In the previous video, the Tralalero squad successfully defeated the Blin Blin Goblin forces. But suddenly, a terrifying anomaly appeared. The Blin Blin Goblin King. Tralalero and his troops quickly leveled up to become much stronger. The battle began. Berber Patapim stepped forward and blocked the attack. Tung Tung Sahur struck the Blin Blin goblin in the stomach with all his might. Tralalero unleashed a powerful move from his hands, weakening the Blin Blin goblin. Then Cappuccino Assassino delivered the final blow, stabbing its stomach. The Blin Blin goblin was defeated. But it turns out he was just a lowly minion. Far behind him, thousands more Blin Blin goblin kings were charging toward the Tralalero squad. Time to power up your anomaly. Tralalero and Tung Tung Sahur are now level 50. Like and share this video. Cappuccino Assassino and Brr Patapim are also level 50. Subscribe now. After the Tralalero troops successfully defeated Blin Blin the Goblin King, suddenly thousands of Blin Blin goblin soldiers charged toward Tralalero. "Level up now!" shouted Tralalero. All of Tralalero's troops rose to level 50. With their newfound power, they fought against the thousands of enemies. They began to battle. The battle raged on for days until the Tralalero troops grew even stronger. But suddenly, boom! The ground shook. A giant level 120 monster king appeared in front of the Tralalero army, striking fear into Tralalero and his comrades. The battle grew more intense and terrifying. Let's level up. Tralalero and Tung Tung Sahur reached level 100. Like and share. Cappuccino Assassino and Brr Patapim. Subscribe. After defeating thousands of Blin Blin goblin troops, the Tralalero squad has now reached level 100. But the real battle is only just beginning. Far in the distance, a terrifying giant figure appears. Hypercos God. Its monstrous aura is so overwhelming, it strikes fear into the hearts of Tralalero and his friends. Without warning, Hypercos God hurls a giant log toward Tralalero. But Tung Tung smashes it instantly. Brr Patapim won't stand idly by. He summons the divine roots to bind the monster's legs. Unaware of what's coming, Cappuccino Assassino strikes from behind with the divine sword. But the monster dodges the attack, crushing the roots in a single step. Now Tralalero is in danger. He begins chanting a powerful spell. Black Hole Tralalero. But the monster is charging right at him. Help complete Tralalero's spell. Like this video and subscribe so you don't miss the next. Hypercos God was running toward Tralalero. His magic had reached 97%, but the giant monster was getting closer. Brr Patapim appeared and tried to block it, but was instantly thrown aside. Tung Tung tried to pull the monster's leg, but got kicked away. Tralalero's spell was almost complete, but the monster was only a few steps away. Suddenly, Cappuccino Assassino leapt in, throwing two divine swords at the monster's head. The monster went into a rage and breathed fire. Cappuccino was burned and nearly stomped on. But right at that moment, boom! Tralalero completed his spell. Tralalero good smash! A giant hand emerged from a black hole, crushing the monster into pieces. The dark forest turned green and bright again, but Tralalero collapsed, his body full of cracks, and he fainted. Choose your anomaly doctor to save Tralalero. Udindindindun, like this video, Ballerina Cappuccina. Subscribe, Trulimero Trulishina. Share. Hypercos. In the previous episode, Tralalero unleashed the power of the black hole and defeated the terrifying monster. But due to running out of energy, Tralalero collapsed. Suddenly, 3 royal soldiers appeared. They had seen the sky above Mimimi Forest suddenly light up because of the black hole. The soldiers found Tralalero and his friends badly injured and immediately took them to the kingdom of Cocachino. 1 month later, Tralalero finally wakes up. He finds himself in a luxurious room with his friends and Ballerina Cappuccina by his side. Tralalero tells them about the battle in Mimimi Forest and expresses his gratitude for being rescued. But Tralalero still remembers that some of his friends are missing in that forest. He asks Ballerina for permission to go and search for them. Let's go. Choose the anomaly who will accompany Tralalero. Tung Tung Sahur. In the previous episode, Tralalero was successfully rescued by Ballerina. But Tralalero remembered that his friends were still lost in the Mimimi Forest. Ballerina insisted on helping, even though Cappuccino Assassino warned her that the forest was extremely dangerous. Still, Ballerina stubbornly decided to go, accompanied by her 2 bodyguards. They all finally set off together into the forest. But in the middle of their journey, 3 dangerous anomalies suddenly appeared. Glorbo Frutodrillo, Lavaca Saturno Saturnita, and Bribicus Dicus. Thousands of their troops surrounded them from every direction. A great battle began. Trallalero's forces tried to fight back, but they were vastly outnumbered. As Trallalero's team grew weaker, Ballerina was suddenly kidnapped. Cappuccino, seeing this, ran to save Ballerina, but enemy forces blocked his way. Help power up Trallalero's anomaly troops. Trallalero and his 3 friends, level 150, like and subscribe. Udin Din Din Dun and Trulimero Trulashina, level 50, share. In the previous episode, Ballerina insisted on joining the Trallalero squad, but in the middle of the battle, she was suddenly captured by the Bribicus Dicus forces. Cappuccino tried to save her, but he was blocked by the Glorbo Frutodrillo army. Trallalero, overwhelmed, was finally forced to use the level-up stone he had obtained after defeating Hyprocos God. He threw the stone into the sky, and boom! The entire Trallalero squad instantly became much stronger. Udin Din Din Dun and Trulimero lured all the enemies to gather in one place. Then Trallalero unleashed the hit waves technique, followed by Bur Patapim and Tung Sahur with their lava earthquake attack. It all ended with Cappuccino Assassino's katana rain strike. The battlefield was destroyed, but Ballerina had already vanished. Cappuccino was furious and leapt high into the sky, searching for Ballerina. Who is the anomaly that can find her quickly? Trallalero and Udin Din Dun, like. Cappuccino and Trulimero, subscribe. Bur Patapim and Tung Sahur, share. In the previous episode, the Trallalero squad successfully defeated thousands of Glorbo Frutodrillo soldiers. But then, Ballerina disappeared, kidnapped by the Glorbo army. Cappuccino, realizing this, leapt into the sky to search for her trail. Luckily, Trulimero could smell Ballerina's scent. Without wasting a second, Trulimero led Cappuccino deep into the forest. There, they saw 3 giant knight statues, and beneath them, thousands of enemy troops guarding Ballerina and the rest of the Trallalero team. They were about to be sacrificed. Ballerina! Cappuccino was furious. Without thinking, he charged in, 1 versus 1,000, and then, boom! Katana rain was unleashed. Half of the enemy forces were obliterated instantly, but Cappuccino collapsed. He was out of energy. The battle grew even more intense. Who will rise to replace Cappuccino and wipe out the Glorbo army? Bar Patapim, like this video. Tung, subscribe. Trallalero, share. In the previous episode, after unleashing his ultimate move, Katana Rain, for the 2nd time, Cappuccino collapsed. His body was covered in wounds, and his energy was completely drained. At the same moment, Trallalero and his friends had just arrived, but it was already too late. Cappuccino was powerless, and all the warriors who once helped Trallalero were now imprisoned and tortured. Trallalero stood still for a moment, then shouted, "Enough! Stop hurting my friends!" War broke out. Trallalero's army charged in with full spirit, and they successfully defeated all of Glorbo's forces. But just as Trallalero ran toward the cages to rescue his friends, boom! From atop a giant statue, 3 kings appeared: King Dicus, King Glorbo, and King Saturnita. Trallalero's army was growing exhausted. The atmosphere turned terrifying. Help Trallalero's army. Trallalero and Bur Patapim, level 200. Like Tung and Cappuccino Assassino, level 200. Subscribe Trulimero and Udin Din Dun, level 100. Share. After unleashing his ultimate move, Katana Rain, for